You've wasted more nights than you dare to count, and you know it. You've laid in bed with that familiar weight pressing on your chest, the feeling that something is deeply off, that you're living a life that doesn't belong to you, that each day is just another chapter in a book you didn't write, repeating the same storyline, hoping somehow the ending will change. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Change is not a miracle. It's an assault. It doesn't knock gently. It doesn't come politely wrapped in signs or perfect timing. It's brutal. It's ugly. It hurts. And you either grab it by the throat or it walks past you forever. There is no middle ground. You think you're waiting. You're not. You're hiding. Hiding behind excuses, behind distractions, behind justifications dressed up as logic. I'll start tomorrow. It's not the right time. I need to fix this first. Lies, every single one. And the worst part? You know they're lies. You feel it deep in your chest every time the lights go off and the silence gets too loud. You know something's wrong. You don't need a guru to tell you that, but you keep avoiding it. You lie to yourself every single night. And every time you do, you lose a piece of the person you were supposed to become. But here's the twist. Tonight can be different. Not because some cosmic force is aligning just for you. Not because there's a sign in the sky, but because you choose to make it different. Right here, right now. No permission, no waiting, no more bullshit. You think your story is written in stone, number. You are not carved, you are clay. You can change the script, rewrite the plot, become the damn protagonist of your own life instead of watching it from the sidelines like an extra in your own movie. But there's a cost, and that cost is truth, raw, unfiltered, unforgiving. You don't need motivation. You don't need another self-help book. You don't need someone to hold your hand. You need a notebook, a pen, and the silence of the early hours. 3 things, that's it. Sit down, breathe, and write. Write what you're doing wrong. Every mistake, every excuse, every fear. No filters, no softeners, no mercy. Write until your hands shake. Write until the pages scream with your honesty. Because the reason you haven't changed is simple. You refuse to look in the mirror. You're not confused. You're not lost. You're afraid. Afraid of what you'll see. Afraid that you've wasted years. Afraid that you knew better and still did nothing. But you're not alone in that. Most people are terrified of themselves. That's why they run into noise. That's why they drown in entertainment, scrolling endlessly, numbing the voice inside that says, this isn't it. This isn't who I am. And you know what? That voice is right. What's underneath, if you're honest, is a mess. But here's the beautiful part. Disasters can be rebuilt. Mistakes can be rewritten. Stories can be retold. But not if you keep pretending you're fine. Not if you keep waiting to feel ready. You won't feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. That's the lie. Let me remind you of someone, Tarantino. No connections, no handouts, no roadmap. Just an obsessive fire in his gut and a story he needed to tell. His story, not the one the world expected from him. He didn't wait for approval. He wrote anyway. He carved a place for himself where there was none. And now I'm asking you, what story are you writing? Is it yours? Or is it a script imposed on you by parents, by society, by fear? Because here's the brutal truth. The difference between people who change and people who stay stuck isn't luck, it's honesty. The ones who change face their reality with the same savage rawness that Tarantino uses in his scripts. They don't soften the edges, they don't sugarcoat the failures, they don't lie to themselves to sleep better. They wake up at night and they write. And that's your challenge. Tonight, when the world is asleep, grab a pen, sit in the silence and bleed onto the page. No censorship, no comfort, just truth. Write every mistake, Every decision you knew was wrong, every moment you let fear win, every time you chose comfort over purpose. Write until it hurts. And when it hurts, keep writing, because that's the pain that leads you out. That's the pain that opens the door. You don't have to fix your life in one night, but you have to make one decision, something small, something real, something that shifts the course. Because if you wait for fear to go away, it won't. If you wait for clarity, you'll never get it. The only way to kill fear is to move despite it. And the only way to change your story is to grab the pen and start writing it with your own hands. But let's be clear. Writing doesn't just mean dreaming. It means editing, cutting scenes, changing tone, killing characters. You are not just the writer, you are the director, the editor, the critic, and the first thing a real director does, eliminate the scenes that don't serve the story. Look at your life like a film reel. How many scenes have you shot over and over again, hoping they'd magically turn out better this time? How many takes have you repeated with the same bad habits, the same toxic characters, the same lazy dialogue? And how many more are you planning to keep filming, knowing they lead nowhere? Before you create something new, you need to confront what's old. Before you chase another goal, you need to cut what's rotten. That relationship you already know is draining you, that habit that's quietly killing your body, that inner voice that tells you, stay safe, stay small, stay hidden. Point to them, name them, and cut them, because the longer you keep them in the frame, the more they dilute the entire story. And don't get me wrong, this isn't some magical transformation. It's not a Netflix montage where everything gets better in 30 seconds. This is slow, raw, unsexy, but it's real. And real change doesn't come with hype music or cinematic fireworks. It comes in silence, the kind of silence that scares you. You know the one. That moment before you fall asleep, when the lights are off, your phone is down, and there's nothing left to distract you but your own mind. That's your editing room. The space where the truth starts whispering again, the one you've been muting all day. And here's the paradox. The more afraid you are of silence, the more you need it. Because what you're really afraid of is what it'll tell you. That you've been wasting time, that you've been choosing comfort over courage, that the life you're living isn't even yours anymore. It's a stitched together script of other people's expectations. Let that silence speak. Let it slice you open. Because the truth is, there are hundreds of versions of you waiting in the shadows, each one shaped by a different set of choices. And right now, this very night, you get to choose which one will be born. The one who stays stuck, repeating old scenes, numbing the ache with excuses, or the one who finally sits down, opens the damn notebook, and starts dissecting each wound with no anesthesia. Yeah, it'll hurt, but pain is the only door out of stagnation. If you can stare into your own mess and say, I did this, then you've already done what most people never will. Because most people will never go that far. They'll scroll, they'll binge, they'll numb, they'll blame time, luck, the world, anything but themselves. They'll say, this is life, not because it's true, but because it's easier than admitting they gave up the pen a long time ago, but not you. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you refuses to settle for mediocrity. You feel that gnawing emptiness for a reason. It's the ghost of the life you haven't lived yet. And here's the real fear, not failure, not rejection. The real fear is waking up one day and realizing there's no time left, that the pages are filled, that the script is too far gone, and that you've become everything you swore you'd never be. Not through one big mistake, but through 1,000 tiny compromises. There won't be an epic soundtrack when that realization hits, no emotional climax, just quiet regret, the kind that eats slowly. Don't let it get there. Decide now. Not tomorrow, not after another podcast, another self-help dopamine hit. Now, because every day you wait is a day the world steals from you. And believe me, the world is happy to take what you don't claim. If you don't decide who you are, someone else will. They already are. Your boss, your parents, your fears, your past. They're writing your scenes for you. And here's the harshest truth no one tells you. No one is coming to save you. There's no secret mentor, no invisible hand, no cosmic safety net. There's only you. But that's not something to fear. That's freedom. Because if you are the one who broke it, you are also the one who can fix it. Look around. Most people are on autopilot, sleepwalking through life, complacent, compliant, hollowed out, but not you. You don't get to be one of them. You can't afford to be. Because now you know the truth. There are only two types of people in this world: those who write their story and those who let others write it for them. So pick up the pen, not just tonight, but every damn night after this one. No more excuses, no more waiting. Rewrite your story, or stay a footnote in someone else's.